Hello, here's Randy York, and I will show you in this video how easy it is to convert a DCC controlled locomotive back to DCC. This locomotive has a Hornby Zero 1 decoder installed. These were controlled by this type of unit. The system was introduced in 1979 and available for about 10 years. As I don't have this unit, I'll remove the connectors from the DCC chip, firstly by removing the contact for the brushes and then by melting the solder away. This allows me to remove the decoder entirely. I thought I'd try to quickly explain what I'm doing now. I've drawn here a graphic which shows on the left side in yellow how the electricity is picked up over the wheels and directly the wheels of the axis, where it flows through the body directly onto the brushes. On the other side, in pink, the electricity is not picked up from the axis but from the pickups, which you see on one side, and then fed onto the brown wire. Now this is a situation where I'm starting off now, and what I'll do next is I'll connect the other side. Now I also use purple brush with a new connector cable, and then in the middle, in between the two circuits, I put a capacitor with this white capacitor signal. Let's see how I did it. I start with pulling out the brush a little bit and then clean the place where I will solder it on with IPA. Then I prepare the brush with a bit of solder. I know some people just put an additional plate in. I don't have a spare plate. I decided to just directly solder now here the purple wire onto the brush. I hold the short wire with a forceps in order to avoid burning my fingers. Once everything is soldered together, the locomotive has been converted back from DCC to DC as shown in the diagram. The locomotive is now ready to be tested, so I put it on the rolling road and give the motor axis a short spin and turn the voltage up. You can see that there is life in the engine, which is not surprising, but it's really not turning well. So I'll talk you now through a few steps which may help to get this locomotive running smoothly again. First thing, as you've seen, I add oil in a lot of critical places, give again the motor axis a bit a spin and see whether this helps at all. This didn't seem to quite do the job. The locomotive is still not running very smoothly. So in order to run the motor in a little bit, I will now connect electricity directly to the motor. And let's see whether the problem is in the motor, but as you can tell, with direct connection of the motor to the power source, the motor runs very smoothly now. I would say this proves that I lose electricity between the tracks and the motor somewhere. So what are the next things we could do? Well, the most obvious would be a wheel clean, which I normally do with Q-tips and IPA. It's important to also clean the pickup wheels on the inside in order to have a good contact between the pickups for the isolated wire and the locomotive. This is still not very satisfying. I'll do a lot of moving force and back and forth and back, and it gets a bit better, but I'm still not happy with the result. This is probably because there's one thing which I haven't done in this case, and this is cleaning the motor and the brushes. I'll repeat this here quickly. I have to remove only one brush, and you can tell the Q-tip gets pretty dirty. Last but not least, obviously, I have to protect my wires from shorting within the locomotive. I do this with some isolation tape. And now to the final test run. Nice. I've shown you in this video how I convert a DCC locomotive back into a DC locomotive. I've also shown you how I clean my locomotives in order to get them running again. I hope if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.